it'll also bring back underwater parks. It will go from day to night. They're called plates. The most dominant playstyle, which is... Do you feel the
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy King, and I'm back with another video. And today I got a special video for you guys. So basically, yesterday at about 5:30 Eastern time, Ronnie went live playing the prelude from his house, and everyone was talking 2K19. People were asking questions about like what 2K19 is going to be like, whole bunch of different questions about the game, and Ronnie was actually answering them, and he was hinting at some things that are new and some things that are changed in 2K19, and he actually leaked a whole bunch of information about it and confirms some other things that we thought would be in the game, but we weren't really sure. So let's just get right into the video. If you guys are excited, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and let's get right into the video. There's so much information that I'm going to tell you guys about in this video, so let's just start with Takeover. Pretty much what Takeover is it's like it's a meter that fills up after you make a whole bunch of good plays. As you can see in the top right corner, it says Takeover right now, and as you can see, it's starting to fill up in yellow. And once it gets all the way to the top, you start playing a lot better. You like all your skills like boost, and so it's pretty much like a grand badge as we saw in 2K17, but it's a little bit different. So here's what Ronnie2k said about the Takeover in NBA 2K19.
So of course, the all-new Takeover feature, if you fill it, you activate it. You can also unlock Team Takeover once you get to 50% teammate chemistry and enhance the entire squad. That metagame is going to be cool, but if you mess up, your whole meter's gone and then no more Takeover.
So Ronnie was playing My Career, and he took up a bad shot and got bad shot selection, which totally killed his progression of his Takeover badge. So, and then he talked about how it's going to be a lot harder to get Takeover this year and that he likes it. So here's the clip.
Bad shot selection. Oh, that killed my Takeover. Man, getting Takeover is going to be tough this year. I like it.
The last thing that Ronnie said about Takeover 19 is something about like when you're 94 overall, it means something that it didn't mean before, something like that. So here's a clip.
You know, there's a lot of cool things with getting to certain ratings on the way to your 99 this year. And Takeover really allowed us to implement some stuff. You know, at 94, we had, at 94, Takeover means something completely different than it does in earlier ratings, and that's going to be super exciting.
That's pretty much all Ronnie talked about Takeover in 2K19, but he did talk a lot about the layout of the neighborhood and how you can do the new things such as like football and dodgeball and stuff like that. So here's the clips of Ronnie talking about the layout in 19. You may not be able to hear him too much because he didn't know how to turn down the announcer's audio and other stuff like that. So the game audio is really loud and his audio is pretty quiet, but here are the clips.
But instead of just having, you know, one neighborhood experience or having three like a lot of you guys wanted, we're putting 30 in there. And of course, not all the time, but you guys saw it during the trailer. There are a ton of, you know, differences in the neighborhood. We changed the layout. A big reason we changed the whole layout of it was, you know, we felt like you started at the statue and then you had to walk all the way to the neighborhood, and there wasn't even a ton to do in the neighborhood last year. Of course, there's a ton to do this year. You guys saw, you know, things like dodgeball, things like red ball, blue ball. I saw football, you know, wild things going on, which is only going to add to the experience and things you can do as you play. But it was important for us to like change that and make it more central. There's, you know, going to be less walking around. There's also going to be wheels, of course. Totally new ways to move around the neighborhood. What that looks like is going to be pretty cool.
So if you guys didn't really understand what all he was saying because the game audio is too loud, pretty much he talked about how 2K18 was not good and that it was a big neighborhood with not a lot of things to do. But he says that in 19 there will be a lot of things to do. So it makes me think that The neighborhood size will be the same. It'll still be the same, like how large it is, but there'll be a lot of stuff to do to make up for the fact that it is big. So yeah, he talked about wheels and how there's a lot of different ways to get around the park, such as skateboard, bicycle, and other things. So yeah, that's pretty much all he said about the layout in 2K19. Something else that he continued to talk about over and over again was endorsements in 2K19 and my career. So pretty much what this means is like the way you get your money from like signing contracts and playing more minutes and stuff is really like important. So if you ask for more minutes, maybe you'll lose some like teammate chemistry, stuff like that. If you sign with Under Armour and you're wearing Nike shoes in a game, that you'll lose the contract. So endorsements mean a lot this year. So here's some clips from the live stream about endorsements.
Role in your endorsement ability this year, and the ability to negotiate your contract, you're gonna have to give to get. I was just saying that, like, there's lots of options that play a role into how you want your career to advance. If you ask for something like multipliers, and you'll have to give up years, you'll have to give up money, that kind of metagame is pretty cool.
So this isn't a huge deal. Like, just whatever happens in my career isn't going to be that important for those of you who are like going to grind join Rec Center or Park or Pro-Am or something like that. What happens in the My Career story mode doesn't really mean a lot to you, but that is one thing that he did talk about that's new in 2K19, so I thought I would share it with you guys. The next thing he talked about is that there is going to be something that comes back in 2K19 that we played a long time ago, and Ronnie was talking about how like when he and Smooth played it, they like were having so much fun playing it and laughing about it, and they forgot the controls to it. And then Ronnie did talk about how he is a huge NFL fan, and he talked about this old game they used to play, NFL 2K5. So this clip has me wondering, maybe NFL 2K5 makes a return in 2K19, and you can play it kind of like a in-game game, I guess you could say. So here's a little clip of this. It's got me wondering whether NFL 2K5 comes back in NBA 2K19. Here's a clip.
That in career, you'll play a game that you played a long time ago in the game, and you're just gonna laugh. Like me and Smooth were laughing so hard about it. It's not even that late in the process as well, and it's just funny. I forgot all the buttons for that game. I was like, what is going on here?
This pretty much confirms that in NBA 2K19, you will be able to play NFL 2K5. It's kind of like a throwback game. I know in the prelude, you got to play the original 2K, but it wasn't like the full original. It was like 2K19 twist on it. But so that pretty much confirms that you can play NFL 2K5 in NBA 2K19. So that'll be exciting to try out and test out. The next thing that Ronnie started talking about is he talked about builds, and will certain archetypes be powerful and which ones will be the best. And Ronnie actually shares what the most dominant archetype is in the game and what the most overpowered archetype is. And I don't think you guys will be too shocked about what it is. Let's get right into the clips.
Talk about a build. So one of a really underrated build that's probably my favorite build in the game is the Pure Glass Cleaner. And the reason is they get the hustle rebounds, and when there's takeover, it actually tells you where the ball is gonna hit when you miss, which is pretty exciting. And then it also helps you get added position. I didn't have a single takeover this game, by the way, but I think it's gonna really be an interesting thing, because to know where the ball is going when you're missing is pretty exciting, especially during takeover. With defense really being bumped up this year, like being a rim protector and having quick reflexes will play a big role in altering opponents' shots in the paint and stealing passes. And you have 5 Hall of Fame badges potentially, which is amazing, of course. And it's a kind of a good mix of offense and defense. You can get Bruiser, of course, as a Pure Glass Cleaner. That makes a lot of sense. Hustle Rebounder, starting up breaks, and of course Putback King. That's probably my favorite build, just in terms of pure dominance. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Well, Ronnie, I think that's a very good point. I think that pure glass cleaners are definitely the best archetype in the game, the best build in the game. Pure glass cleaner is OP, as Ronnie talked about all the badges and the takeover and everything. It just makes sense why pure glass cleaner would be the best build in the game. And Ronnie confirms that pure glass cleaner, primary rebounding, secondary rebounding, is the best and most dominant build in the game. So there you go, folks. Ronnie confirms it. So the next thing that Ronnie talks about is that badge progression in 2K19 will be so much faster than it is in 18. And as you can tell by the prelude, just from those 3 games, you're already almost getting towards getting some of your badges. So here's a clip of Ronnie confirming that badges are quicker to get in 2K19 than in 18.
Let's talk about a couple career things since we're here now. You guys have talked a lot about badges. Again, you should pick your build based on whatever you're more comfortable playing, but badge progression is going to be super fast, much faster this year, and it's important to get in the gym even more this year than before.
This is good news because this means we don't have to sit in my career and play games over and over again just to get badges. We'll get them faster this year. It won't be as hard. It won't be as big of a struggle to get them. So yeah, that's good news about 2K19. So one other thing that Ronnie said about parks in 2K19 that was exciting and cool to hear about, and I'm excited to see what it's like in 2K19, is that there will be day and night changing themes are in the park. So when it's nighttime IRL, it'll be nighttime in the park. So here's what Ronnie had to say about that.
I even think that people are missing some of the points. Obviously day-night transitions, yes, we will have day and night. It will go from day to night. That's super exciting. It's over the course of a few hours. You can sit there and you can experience a whole day within the neighborhood. Very, very cool.
This is pretty cool because this is not something we've seen before. We've seen just the park or neighborhood stay the same no matter what time it is. So it's going to be cool to see what it's like now in 2K19 when it's nighttime and what it's like in the daytime. So that'll be interesting to find out when it drops on Friday. So another thing that Ronnie talked about is someone said, why did you guys nerf pure sharps? Why are pure sharps not good anymore? And then this is what Ronnie had to say to that comment.
Pure sharps are still effective. A lot of people are just like, oh, you guys nerf pure sharps. Pure sharps are still extremely effective.
So this confirms that pure sharps will be effective in 2K19 and they are not getting nerfed, and they are still good archetypes to use in 3s and 2s and Jordan Rec Center. So yeah, don't worry about pure sharps being nerfed. They are still effective. And speaking of Jordan Rec Center, he also released a whole bunch of information on how Jordan Rec Center will work and how you're going to use it, and just information on Jordan Rec Center in general. So run the clips.
But the biggest one, of course, is the return of Jordan Rec Center. It was really, really important for us to allow you guys to squad up, play, Pro-Am as a team. And the way you do that, of course, is with the password. I share that the NBA 2K League finals that news that there is private matchmaking and Pro-Am back. But of course, you know that's me. But Jordan Rec Center is back and it's better than ever. And it looks really cool, and I'm sure you guys saw that. Of course, it does not affect the rankings because that would mess things up. Years ago, I remember everybody got upset about the whole leaderboard thing, and we didn't, you could do private matches to not have, to affect the leaderboard. And when we had that, it was just friends playing friends and inflating each other's stats, and that wasn't a really good look. So very important for us to make our game competitive.
Okay, so I know that was a lot of information and Ronnie's game audio is too loud, so if you guys didn't pick up what he was saying, pretty much he said that Jordan Rec Center is back and it looks better than ever and it looks good in 2K19 and exciting, which is exciting. And he also talked about how pretty much in previous years when they had Jordan Rec Center, it was pretty much just friends playing friends and people were boosting each other to get better stats. So this could be the reason why there was no Jordan Rec Center in 17 and 18 and other years, because it was just friends playing friends and they didn't know a way to make it so that it wasn't people just boosting each other. but he says that 2K19 will be better and that will not be a problem. And here is one more thing he said about Jordan Rec Center. This is how it actually works. It's how you get into a game to play with other people. And yeah, here's the clip.
In the Jordan Rec Center, you give somebody your password as a team, and you can play against that team. And of course, that's an easy enough thing to do. Everybody wants to play competitively, so it's the easiest way for us to do it.
Pretty much what this means is that you as a team give out your password to another team, and then they type it in or do whatever, and then that's how you guys get matched up with each other. So yeah, another thing Ronnie talked about live on stream was that rep transferring between players is not a thing. So if you're a 90 overall on one player and then you make a new player, your 90 overall does not transfer to the other player. It's rep and overall is individual and unique per player, so it does not transfer. And here's the clip of Ronnie saying so.
Overall rep rewards transfer to different players. No, again, you know, you want to build different guys. That wouldn't actually even work because a lot of them are built to different positions and different archetypes.
So this confirms that if you switch players, your rep does not transfer as well. Your rep is only for certain players, which is not good news, and I'm sure everyone's reaction to hearing this is this.
No! No! No!
Alright boys, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. That is pretty much all the information Ronnie talked about live on stream and all the information that he leaked about NBA 2K19. I cannot wait for Friday for the game to come out. I hope you guys are excited about it too. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications if you have not done so already. And it's your boy King, and I'm out. Peace.
Oh, get off me! You cannot stop me. You can only hope to contain me.
Cream soda Fago down, still dreaming. They hate on me. I don't know the reason. Finna wake them all up, cause I know they sleeping.